Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all ages. Welcome to Gil Skillz yet again. Today we have yet again another micro scrapping excursion. Today we're going to actually be working on a Sanyo Subwoofer and to see what inner goodness is inside. I mean, there's a decent amount of potential electronics and things of that nature in here. So it's not just speaker in a box, or at least that's my hope. And of course, if nothing else, we've got the copper. But let's find out what inner goodness is truly inside this thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for those of you who've been around for a while, you know what to do. But for those of you that have not been here before, or if this is your first time watching, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. It would mean the world to the YouTube algorithm. It would mean the world to my channel. Please. I'm going to hyperventilate. Oh, you subscribed. Okay, we're good now. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's go ahead and start by cutting this wire because it is a hangly-dangly, and you don't want it flip-flopping around when you're trying to flip-flop around the stuff here and try to get under, the screws and all that fun stuff. So we get the number 2 insulated copper wire to start here, and we're also going to cut this plug because I go for the brass in that plug. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we get number 2 insulated and brass in the plug. So I'll set that aside. We'll go ahead and continue. Yeah. You go over there. You go over there. Hangly dangly. Dangly dangly. All right. So it looks like we've got several screws here. As you could probably see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's several screws. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm going to get those screws and go from there. Oh, 11, 12. It's 13. 13 screws. They were hidden behind a whole bunch of dust and dog hair. Yeah! All right. Let's get this stuff done, shall we? Can you see? Can you see what's going on? Yeah, okay. Wunderbar! Fantastic. Let's see. Let me flip this. Oh! I love you guys. But that hurt my finger. My middle finger. Ow. Okay. Doesn't want to come out. All right. Let's see if we can get that out with a screwdriver. All right. Slide that out there. Okay. So we got a plastic piece here. Just going to set that over here for the time being. Do you guys see what I see? Look at that beautiful piece of extruded aluminum just sitting there and wait for me to just show its very presence.
Nice.
I am super stoked. And that thing is held in by 6 screws. So I'm going to go ahead and take those screws out if you don't mind. I just want to marvel at this aluminum's beauty. I'm going to leave that there for just a second. There's these little plastic pieces on these screws. I just want to take a moment and take that off because, yeah, I don't know. Call me picky, but I don't know. I just like going the extra mile and doing that sort of thing. And it only takes a few brief moments. Some of you are going to laugh at me and go, Bob, what the hell are you doing? You don't need to do that. It's a waste of time. Well, that is a matter of perspective. And life circumstance, of course. All right, so we got that. Let me see if I can pull this out. Oh, the board's coming out with it. The board is coming out with it that I just broke. I just broke the board, folks. Let me see if I can cut some of this wire and free this thing from its prison. Yeah, there we go. All right. So it looks like there is a low-grade board attached to this thing. It looks like I got to clean this up a little bit. There's more screws, so I'm going to take those screws out and clean this extruded aluminum up a little bit and separate the board from the aluminum. Yayos! Looks like I'm going to need a smaller screwdriver, though. Let me see. Smaller screwdriver with a long extension, ladies.
No! No!
We got some more plastic here, some plastic junk. Oh, we got 2 more screws here. Let me get those out. All right, we got wires. We got all sorts of wires here, so let me clean that up real quick. All right. Sometimes these things here are made of copper. One quick way that you would be able to check that is to use a file. Ow. And these are made of copper. They're probably zinc plated or nickel plated copper. I don't know how well you can see that, but there is gleaming copper coming through that. So I'll probably go through that myself a little later. Micro scrap a little further. I also happen to notice on this very low grade board here that there is some copper windings that I'm going to go for myself. And then of course this is the piece of the resistance so far. I mean, that is a very, very heavy piece of extruded aluminum heatsink. I like it, albeit it's a little dusty, but I really like it. It's a nice chunky monkey. We have a little bit more here before we can call it good. It looks like we get a decent sized transformer in here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws in there to try to get it out. Right. No metal left behind on Gil Skillz. Let's go ahead and put those in here. So we got a little bit of wire here. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off because that is good number 2 insulated copper wire. An extension of the cord. There we go. Get a little bit more wire here. Cut that. Okay. So we got that here. Believe it or not, guys, we are still not done. These are green boards that are virtually worthless, but I'll take them out. I think we got this piece right here. I think the cover comes off and the speaker should come out. There should only be one speaker, guys, because yeah, it needs that room for reverberation. There we go. Just checking to see if it was in there via screws or not, and it doesn't look like it was in there via screws. It was just like a plastic clip-on type of thing. So let me put that with the plastic and the other junk. We've got the little speaker here that is held on by 4 screws. Let me get those out. This should be able to come out now without any issues. There we go. Now, with some of these, the speakers could still be good, but bear in mind if they're throwing them out, chances are they're not. This one doesn't look like it's blown. I mean, it's really dusty, but you know, you could always test them out by plugging, hooking some wires to it and testing it on your local radio or whatever. And if you can use it, great. If you can resell it, great. If you can't, it's still scrap. All right, we got a little bit more wire there that I'm gonna grab. So yeah, I guess that's it. I don't see any other logic boards or anything like that. There's no other speakers to speak of. This is just a wooden box at this point. So this wooden box is junk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the bounty for our subwoofer here, and it surprisingly yielded more than I anticipated, which is totally awesome. So we'll start with the junk first and foremost. We got this wooden box here along with the speaker cover and the back plastic cover. That was to be expected. We also got some number 2 insulated wire, some assorted wire, and we've got some brass tip connectors that I'm going to grab at a later time. Speaking of brass, we've got our plug. We've got some plastic junk right there as well. We've got our screws. We got our speaker here. We got our transformer with a decent amount of copper in there. I'm gonna have to cut that and see if that is somewhat easily accessible, but we've got that there as well. We got a couple of low grade boards here, but there is a decent amount of coils of copper in these. As you can see, there's the coils of copper. I'm gonna be taking those off. And I have to say that probably the prize of this, aside from the transformer, of course, is the really big and nice and juicy heatsink extruded aluminum heatsink from this subwoofer. Overall, a great micro scrapping experience. If you like what you've seen here, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And until the next time, don't just have a good day, don't just have a great day, have a scrap happy day. Bye now.